Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Thanks for joining us today.
You know, in India, the dream of becoming a doctor often feels like it's set in stone the moment you pick your subjects in school. But what if that one choice wasn't the final word? Let's dive into a recent development that's changing the entire game. So, maybe you're one of those students who picked physics, chemistry, and math, the good old PCM stream. Maybe you thought your path was set for engineering or something similar, but deep down, you've always felt a pull towards that white coat and stethoscope. Well, you are definitely not alone. For the longest time, the rule was absolutely rigid. If you wanted to even think about sitting for the National Eligibility Entrance Test, the NEET, you had to have a background in biology or biotechnology. The path was clear, sure, but it was also a one-way street with no other entrance. Well, that was then, this is now, because in a move that has seriously shaken up the world of medical education in India, the rules have changed. A massive door just swung wide open. So, what on earth just happened? Well, this all boils down to a landmark decision by the National Medical Commission. Let's really break down this new policy that's creating a whole new pathway into medicine. Okay, so first things first, who is this NMC? Think of the National Medical Commission as the main authority for all things medical education in India. Basically, they're the ones who call the shots. What they say goes. And trust me, they've just said something huge. All right, so here's the headline. The NMC has officially given the green light for students without a biology background to take the NEET exam. But, and this is a big but, there's one very important condition you have to meet first. And just so we're all on the same page, this isn't some rumor floating around the internet. This is the real deal. It's an official directive straight from the Undergraduate Medical Education Board of the NMC. This is a real sanctioned policy shift. So let's break it down, old rule versus new rule. It's actually pretty simple, but the impact, it's massive. Under the old system, if you didn't take biology in high school, it was game over. No biology, no NEET, end of story. The new rule changes everything. It says, okay, you took math, no problem. But first, you gotta prove you've got the biology chops by passing an extra standalone biology or biotechnology exam. Okay, so if you're sitting there with your PCM background, your mind is probably racing. You're thinking, how do I actually do this? Don't worry, we're gonna lay out the exact roadmap for you, step by step. It's basically a 4-step process. Step 1, make sure your grades in physics, chemistry, and math are up to snuff with NEET's general requirements. Step 2, you've got to sign up for that extra biology exam through a recognized board. Step 3, hit the books and pass that exam. Then, once you have that passing certificate in your hand, you've reached step 4. You can finally, officially register for the NEET exam. All right, so how do you actually pass this biology exam? Here are a few killer tips. First off, treat the NCERT textbooks like they're your Bible. Seriously, they're the core material. Next, be strategic. Focus on the big ticket topics like human physiology and genetics. And finally, you know the drill. Practice, practice, practice. Do as many mock tests as you can get your hands on. Okay, so once you've got that biology requirement handled, you're in the main pipeline. But that means you still have to meet all the standard NEET requirements, just like everyone else. Let's do a quick run-through of the checklist that applies to every single candidate. First thing on the checklist, age. This one's a non-negotiable. You have to be at least 17 years old by the end of the year you're taking the exam. So for example, if you're aiming for NEET 2026, your birthday needs to be on or before December 31st, 2009. Simple as that. Next, let's talk about grades. The minimum marks you need depend on your category, starting at 50% for general. Now, for you PCM students, this is super important. Your qualifying score isn't just from your old high school marks. It's going to be an aggregate of your physics and chemistry scores, plus the score you get on that new additional biology exam. And get this, for anyone thinking it's too late for them or that they've missed their chance, there's some really great news. There is no upper age limit for NEET, none. And you can take the exam as many times as you need to. This is huge. It means the door is open for career changers, for people who want to give it another shot. It's amazing. So when it's time to actually fill out that application, you're going to need to get your documents in order. We're talking photos, your signature, even your finger and thumb impressions. Plus your Class 10 certificates and a valid ID. Pro tip, get all this stuff scanned and ready to go way ahead of the deadline. Don't wait until the last minute. So we've gone through what changed and how you can take advantage of it. But now we need to talk about the really big question. Should you? This is an incredible opportunity, no doubt, but we gotta be real about it. let's not sugarcoat it, this is going to be tough. Think about it. You're basically cramming 2 full years of high school biology from scratch, and you have to do that while also preparing for the ridiculously demanding physics and chemistry sections of NEET. This isn't something you can just wing. It takes serious dedication. So, before you dive headfirst into this, you really need to pause and ask yourself some hard questions. Is this a true burning passion for medicine, or is it just a cool idea? Are you genuinely ready for the mountain of extra work it's going to take? Being brutally honest with yourself right now is probably the most important step of all. Look, at the end of the day, the National Medical Commission has done something pretty revolutionary here. They've unlocked a door that's been bolted shut for generations. A new path, a new possibility now exists where there was nothing before. The only question left is the one you have to ask yourself. Are you ready to walk through it?
Want to know the secret to getting into a top MBBS university abroad without breaking the bank? Just type MBBS abroad or study abroad and send us a WhatsApp message right now. Get a free consultation call with our study abroad experts and discover lowest fee universities, NMC approved colleges, complete admission process free. Don't let confusion hold you back. Message MBBS abroad today and start your medical journey. Link in description. Hurry, limited slots available.